It's our season finale, but before we take our final bow, we're putting some brilliant performers center stage and hooking you up with the best seats in the house.
The minute I hear the music, I completely forget about my difference or my inability.
I decided to let her out. Let her out and just take over.
Hello and welcome to CBC Arts Exhibitionist, the only TV show dedicated to giving you the 411 on the Canadian art scene. I'm your host, Amanda Paris. It's our last episode of the season, and to celebrate, we are giving center stage to some of the most remarkable and exciting performers working today. So get comfortable in your front row seats because the lights are going down and the curtain is opening. Let's begin our show. Most of us can't fly like Superman or control the weather like Storm, but our first artist truly believes that we all have a superpower. LazyLegz is a b-boy with relentless positivity. His Ill Abilities dance crew have traveled the world performing their magic. Now, you're about to see LazyLegz tell the origin story of his signature move.
My name is Luca Batwali. I'm also known as b-boy LazyLegz, and I am a b-boy. The beauty about breaking is that it's really about having your own unique style. And considering my difference, I had to learn how to create movement on my own. Whenever I would go to practice with my friends, they were all doing different types of movements. A lot of it was like using their legs, so footwork and just different traditional foundational steps to this dance. And I wasn't really able to do those movements. But one thing that I had that my friends didn't have was a stronger upper body. So I started using the strength in my arms to create movements. I was doing this my own way. I've been dancing for over 13 years now. To this day, I still feel that I have not accomplished half of the movements that I'd love to be able to learn. However, this dance allows you to be free. And so for me, even if I don't have the big moves that I'd like to learn or that I'm training, and maybe I'm not performing them the way that I want to be performing them, the minute I hear the music, I completely forget about my difference or my inability, and I just end up being like everyone else. Ill ability, it's a term that I created about 10 years ago. The whole idea is to take the word disability out of the dictionary and replace it with ill ability. You see, in hip hop, what's bad is good. So when you see something you like, you say, yo, that's ill. And so ill abilities actually means incredible abilities. And whether you have a disability or not, I personally believe that we all have a talent hidden within us. We're all unique and we all have something special to give to this world. The move that's meaningful to me is my elbow spin. It's one of my signature moves, and I actually ended up creating this movement through a mistake that I made at a practice. In dancing, we have this philosophy called crash and create. So essentially, if you're gonna go into a move and you're gonna crash and slip out of that movement, how can you end up creating a new movement? And so my elbow spin was actually created off a crash. When I was going into a flare, I ended up slipping, I fell on my elbow, and my body just started spinning naturally. And so once I got back up again from the crash, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be able to create a new movement. And that's how my elbow spin was created. While I'm dancing or while I'm moving and while I'm spinning, I really just try to concentrate on that present moment. Essentially, at the end of the day, I just let go. And when I hit the move successfully, I feel that I move the way I've always wanted to move. If your heart is beating, you're creating a rhythm within your body. Whether you know it or not, you're dancing.
Magical, right? LazyLegz was one of several dancers we featured in our digital series, The Move. From ballet to Bharatanatyam, these dancers give us an inside look into the details and deeper meanings of their artistry. You can see the entire series at cbc.ca/arts. Our final exhibitionist in residence for the season are the Oscar-winning filmmakers Alison Snowden and David Fine. You may recall their work from the super popular Canadian animated series Bob and Margaret. Today, throughout the episode, you'll see sneak peeks from their new film, Animal Behavior. Here's Alison and David and a few furry friends to tell you more.
Hello. I'm Alison Snowden.
And I'm David Fine.
And we've been making animated films together since the late 20th century.
And our latest animated film is a short called Animal Behavior.
And it's about a group therapy session with animals.
Look, it's obvious. Why doesn't she just stop being such a parasite and give the guy a break? No, I can't live without Michael.
Well, perhaps spending some time apart isn't such a bad idea. It might allow you to grow emotionally.
No! I hate being on my own. I have panic attacks.
Lori, it's okay. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. See? You're fine.
This is better. I feel safe in here.
LazyLegz, our first artist of the episode, is used to performing on stages for hundreds of people. Our next artist prefers to share her dancing with family, friends, and her community. Florence Osawamick is a 12-year-old Pow Wow dancer who is working to keep the tradition alive. I learned so much from Florence watching this video. She takes us through her day and shows us how Pow Wow dance truly puts a massive smile on her face.
Ani, nijo signapia kyo kwadijnikos, wabasheshi dodem. Weebcam kong minadome sing nonjaba. Hastings megwadida. I started attending Pow Wows when I was a baby. I started dancing when I learned how to walk. I learned from the Pow Wow trail from watching the other dancers, and my mom taught me. I'm about to go the Pow Wow to traditional dance. My favorite thing about Pow Wow dancing is being there with my friends and my family. Pow Wow is an event that a Native community holds to get together and like have a good time. When we get there, I'm gonna get ready, and then my mom's gonna braid my hair. Braids are strong. It's a symbol of strength. The three strands mean the body and the mind and the spirit. Like the sweetgrass, if you try and pull it apart, it won't break. And that's why my mom braids my hair. So this is the top part of my regalia. Some people call the regalias costumes. I remember one time someone went up to me and was like, "Oh, I like your costume." This is my breastplate. I guess I just told them like it's not called a costume, it's called a regalia because it's not Halloween. Today I danced women's traditional. I remember I was jingled, and then I just started like wanting to do traditional because I didn't see that much young traditional dancers when I was at the Pow Wows. Traditional dance is very slow. The footwork represents the ground, which is Mother Earth. The fringes mean the water moving. Me and my mom walk around the Great Lakes so we could pray for the water because our water is polluted. And water is life. When I'm dancing for the people who can't dance. My name is Florence. My spirit name is To a Mist Woman. I see myself dancing for the rest of my life.
Coming up, if you're a fan of Shaun the Sheep, you might want to stick around for these next performers.
Oh, really?
It's not easy when you're a single parent. I've placed ads, I've used dating sites, but I have to say I've got 1,000 kids, and that can be a real turnoff for some.
Welcome back. This next show has been performed over 700 times in 25 countries and counting since 2003. A cell phone video of it went viral and has over 11 million views on Facebook. This show is huge. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but if you've ever wondered what it's like to be a sheep, you may find some answers here.
So Les Moutons is an unusual performance featuring actors dressed as sheep, and we do half an hour in the life of sheep without any commentary. We've performed 700 Les Moutons performances in about 30 countries. A couple of schools in rural China, in remote areas in Cambodia, shopping malls in northern Ontario, Tuktoyaktuk, close to the Arctic. Any venues you can think of, we pretty much have performed Les Moutons in.
I'm a dancer. My training is mostly with dancing, and in Les Moutons I'm often performing mama sheep. Sometimes a black sheep. The first time I heard about the show was when I was in school. I saw a video and I was instantly attracted to the humor of it and the absurdity.
I remember thinking, this is a really odd thing. And then as the technique of sheep was broken down to us, then it started to become really interesting as a performer to be inside of it. The main activities of the show are the arrival of the flock of sheep to the pen. Then it is the shearing.
As mama, I get milked. So we prepare real organic sheep milk before the show that I have in a pocket in my costume, and the shepherd milks me, and then he offers my warm milk to audience members.
There's a real structure to the show, and within that structure, the actors improvise.
And most of that improvisation comes from our response to the audience. Every time we have successful interactions with audience members, I love it. Scaring somebody or making a child cry also sometimes can be, like, at the same time very heartbreaking, but also kind of cute.
Well, the main thing about sheep is their eyes. Because their eyes are on the side of their heads, and they have 270-degree vision. So it's a peripheral vision, but it's very shallow.
There's a few rules to obtain that effect. We just really need to plant our eyes and then try to have this fixed gaze that is not disturbed by anything, even if people are moving in front of us.
I think what I love about the show is to be able to observe the audience interact with the performers, with the sheep. And every show is different because every member of the audience behaves differently. And so it's always fresh. The work never gets old for me. I think ultimately what I'm interested in is to ask questions. I think the role of art in general is to ask questions. And so with Les Moutons, I'm hoping to engage people's imagination, to let them be actors, in effect, in a performance without them realizing it.
Coming up, get your foundation sticks ready for contouring. We are about to enter the wonderful world of drag.
It's okay, Jeffrey.
It's okay?
No, Victor, it's not okay, but remember, Jeffrey was just a child, and he was faced with some very difficult choices.
Look, I don't eat worms, but I can relate to Jeffrey's
there's something
feelings.
you don't eat. Amazing.
No, not at all. Todd, in fact, is a recovering chocoholic, and he's making excellent progress.
I haven't touched a truffle in over a month.
For our final story, we're gonna meet a performer who's gonna give you so much life. This drag queen is gonna give you moves, gonna give you face, and can give you the Destiny's Child reunion we all deserve. What you're about to see is part of Canada's a Drag, a 9-part digital series where our country's drag performers sashay into the spotlight. So, without further ado, please meet the chameleon queen of Church Street, Sofonda Cox.
It's a common misconception that it was just done in an hour. Like, what you see on stage was done really quickly. Drag, the career of being a drag queen gets very expensive, right? From the makeup, from the hair, from the shoes, oh my God, if you find them. It takes a lot of effort before you get in the whole process, that 3-4 hour process beforehand. You can't just go half-ass on stage and, you know, and you gotta have the balls to do it too. Hi, my name is Jonathan, and my stage name is Sofonda Cox. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm 42 years old, and I'm Filipino Sri Lankan. I grew up in the Philippines until about 12 years old, and then I moved here to Toronto, so Canada is my home. As you can probably tell, I've been in and out of my closet my whole life. We're literally in my closet. This used to be a living room. I used to hide everything there and not show anything. It used to be just like, oh, it's bored, Jonathan. But it got overwhelming. I decided to let her out. Let her out and just take over. I grew up with this community, so I feel that drag is the heart of this community. It's because we meet at the bars, and we feel safe at the bars, right? And we feel a sense of family. And it's a time where you forget all your problems, and you come to see the show and just laugh and have fun with your friends. I see myself as a chameleon. So I transform myself each time, and that's the beauty of having so much costumes. A couple of years ago, I had the idea to get some puppets, life-size puppets, and dress them as Destiny's Child. Overnight, the numbers, the views just went up. We got tweets from RuPaul, who said, "You better work." It was just incredible. Did a video with Lemonade, with Beyonce's Lemonade album, and it went viral as well. And that landed me some shows out of the country. I performed in Brazil. I've done shows in Malaysia, Mexico all the time, all over the States, and all over Canada as well. So it's amazing where drag can take you. Thank you. This is why they hate me. When I was a kid, my mom always had parties at home. And I knew I always loved dancing. But one of my regrets was not going to dance class. There's hundreds of queens now, and there's only certain demand, right? There's only certain bars. How are you all gonna be employed? It is a business, it is my way of life, and if, you know, it's not just for fun, right? It's how I make my sole income. In anything that you do, there's jealousy, which is a really bad thing in the community, but you learn from it, and I learned not to pay attention to it. Instead of being catty to other queens, channel it into your work and make it good. Show it on stage. You feel bad inside, you feel awful, but you know what? It actually gives me a boost of energy to, you know what, I'll do better. That's what I do. I channel that negative energy and make it positive.
There you have it, folks. It has been a fabulous season of art and creativity. I'm super excited to come back for season 4 and share even more Canadian artistic brilliance with you. CBC Arts will still be around all summer, so keep following us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for even more art stories. Our handle is @CBC Arts. Until then, you know what to do. Keep creating and innovating. Peace.
Amazing show, way to go.
Ooh, what is this? I love this.
So we have done 3 seasons, 78 episodes, over 360 docs on Canadian artists. So we're gonna take a class picture.
Class picture with who? Everyone's here! Okay, so everybody here are part of the team of CBC Arts Exhibitionists, and we are gonna take a quick class picture to celebrate the end of season 3. On the count of 3,
Wait,
1, 2.
is it like 1, 2, 3, and then the picture?
This is about to go right now. All right, on 3. Cheese!